Story 1, best friend painted my apartment pink while I was on holiday, So my best friend more of a girly girl than me think lots of pink, hair and nails done etc. I'm definitely not like this and pink isn't exactly my color of choice. Anyway, she was looking after my apartment while I was on holiday and as a joke she arranged for painters to come in and paint my bedroom pink. She also put in pink satin sheets and pillows, all my art replaced with pink themed art, a pink rug, some pink decals on the walls. You get the idea. So cue my petty revenge. While she was out I went into her apartment and took copies of all her photos on the walls, then photoshopped just her head to be about 25 bigger in all of them and put them back. It will be a month this week and she still hasn't realized. How often do you look at your own pictures, right? So at a glance everything is normal but when you see it you can't unsee it. She looks like a bobblehead in every one. Not sure how long it will take her to notice but I'm at her apartment a few times a week and it makes me giggle every time. Edit okay I DM a bunch of commenters the photos. I don't want to put photos of my friend on the internet without permission cause that's not cool but also on the off chance she has a Reddit I don't know about. If you think it's fake. Well cool I guess IDGAF I just thought it was funny TH0 Youthful 1 says, the attack of pink is class. The bobblehead photos raise the level. We need another round of you too. Username _CHX_out says, Prank Sinatra here. Molten Cult says, PFFT. Hope her ego isn't as big as her head. Story 2, hey Mr. DJ, don't put a record on, we want to listen to our babies this is so tiny, but satisfying. Yesterday afternoon, my youngest kid was playing in the middle school pep band for her first home football game. Having been a band kid myself, raising more than one band kid of my own, I know the etiquette of when the band is supposed to play your team's kickoff, first down, touchdown, timeout basically. This hasn't changed in decades. New in yesterday's game, there was a DJ at the stadium. He was playing over the band, and some frankly inappropriate songs lots of hip-hop drinking references, Soulja Boy's the best, etc. Like, I'm not prudish, but seriously? This is not a college crowd. I've DJ'd too, in settings from a middle school dance for the local religious school to a college football stadium to clubs obviously adult crowds. You need to know the audience. The visiting team didn't bring their band, so there were plenty of opportunities for the disc jockey to play music to fill gaps. The bleachers where I was seated? Almost exclusively band moms and dads. We were all more than a little peeved that we couldn't hear our kids because dude kept hitting play. Finally, just before halftime, I got a case of fuck this literal noise. I promised that I wasn't a Karen, but I went to the DJ booth and just asked, hey, could you just not play over the band? I got some attitude about how the athletic director had hired him, and take it up with his boss. Okay. Except that I took it a step above his boss. The AD's boss the principal and his boss the superintendent of the county schools were right there. I've known both forever. Hey Ted, hey John, how are y'all? How's your mama? Incidentally, could we discuss the DJ playing over the band, and the questionable choice of music? I asked the DJ to merely be considerate of the kids and their work. But if you invite me to take it upstairs, I'm gonna take it all the way upstairs. The next home game according to John and Ted will not include that guy. I will happily volunteer to bring my own equipment and play hype music for the next game, if that's needed. I know it's utter cliche, but seriously, just cue up Turn Down for What and we will rock you and all I do is win. Maybe get folks doing the wobble on the sidelines. And don't play over the band. Primary Selection 8619 says, well played. Slackerstwa says, I would go one step further. WTF was the AD thinking when he hired a DJ for a football game? I was never a band kid and never had a band kid, but am of the opinion that the music at a football game is entirely in the band director's authority. Doesn't matter if the marching band sucks, they are out there showing their school spirit. Is the next AD move to hire strippers to replace the cheerleaders? DJ has no business being at a high school football game. Wonderluster 621 says, a DJ for a middle school game? What a waste of funds. Take it out of that guy's paycheck. SMDH. Story 3, the pettiest of all revenge husband. I went to a very busy specialty grocery store over the weekend. Parking lot was busy and packed. We ended up parking at the back end of the lot. Walking into the store we see some young woman in a BMW park half-assedly and crookedly in the one free handicap parking spot. No plaque and she's obviously healthy. Just super entitled. I hate that shit. It drives me nuts. So I made it my mission to be in Ms. BMW's way inside the store. I got in front of her with my card and just did my level best to anticipate where she was going to try to go next and to be in that spot. She wanted to get to the berries. Well, how strange, so did I, and maybe I'd never seen berries before because I examined several packages of them very closely and only moved on when I sensed she was about to give up and go around. So I ambled along and seemed like she was heading for the bread aisle, so I had to check out the bread and, hey, what's in this bread anyway? I better read a bunch of ingredients. She kept making all these exasperated sighs and slapping her thighs in annoyance, but somehow I didn't notice any of it. Between me and the crowd she was stuck, and it was great. I kept it up for around 15 minutes before she was finally able to get out from behind me. She gave me the dirtiest look as she speedwalked past me in her cart. I just gave her a clueless blank stare. Oh, were you behind me that whole time? LOL, it added a good 20 minutes to my own shopping trip, but it was worth every second of it. That dirty look she gave me will give me grins for weeks from now. Lowstick6746 says, I got my best petty revenge at a grocery store. They're great places for it. I was in checkout and it was super busy. The guy in front of me was on his cell phone and talking extremely loud. This was before that kind of behavior was just accepted like no big deal. He was talking so loudly and everyone was looking annoyed. Then I heard him tell whoever he was talking to that he was some guy's place playing video games. Hess in a freaking grocery store. Why is he lying about that? So I turned to my sister and said, who are you talking to, baby? All of a sudden you can hear this female voice screeching at him, who the fuck is that? Hess suddenly scrambling to explain and had to reveal he was not where he said he was and was at a grocery store. He quickly got out of line and left. Chime57 says, I had the great joy of being part of a small group of people in a mall parking lot on Christmas Eve that rushed the yellow Camaro that some teenager whipped into the handicap parking spot next to the mall door. He had jumped out and was jogging toward the door, and we all surrounded the car and started banging on it with our hands. He ran back to the car, jumped in, and took off. We all went shopping. Love Me Cats 1 says, should have just called the police non-emergency line to report her. That would have been an extremely expensive petty revenge. Thanks for watching. I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.